So this is problem number 1, and I went ahead and labeled the equation, the quadratic equation, with A, B, and C. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the formula. The formula is going to give me the answers, but I have to plug in the A, the B's, and the C's. So here we go. We have X equals, the formula says to put negative B. So I need to plug in, instead of a B, I'm going to plug in the value for B, which is -2. And then my formula says to put the plus minus symbol, the square root. And inside of the square root, I need to put B squared, and B is -2. I need to square it and then put -4. Then I need to multiply A and C. And so that would be 3 and -8. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to put the division bar all over and then 2A. So it's 2 times A, and A was 3. Okay, now that I plugged everything in, the next thing you do is you're going to solve the square root part. So this whole piece right here is what goes first. So you have an answer on this side, and then you're going to subtract your answer on this side. So we have -2 times -2, which is going to be +4, minus, and then you have 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 8 is 96, so it's a -96. And then you have minus a negative. So two negatives right next to each other are going to turn to positive. So it's actually going to be a plus at the end there. And 96 plus 4, that's going to give us 100. So in the square root, it ended up being 100. And 100 is a perfect square. 10 is going to come out of that. So the answer is going to be 10. All of this piece right here equals 10. So I'm going to rewrite the problem to show that this whole piece equals 10. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. Again, a negative and a negative makes a +2. Plus or minus. All of this equals 10. And then 2 times 3 is 6. All right, so this is my answer so far. And now what I need to do is split up my answers. I'm going to go with a positive route, and then I'm going to go the negative route. This has 2 answers, so I'm going to split it up. I'm going to do the plus route over here. So it's 2 plus 10 over 6. And then I'm going to go the minus route over here. It's going to be 2 minus 10 over 6. So I'm going to end up with 2 different answers, okay? 2 plus 10 equals 12. And 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So that's one answer. Over here on this side, 2 minus 10 equals -8. And then over 6. So then that's going to give me, if I reduce it, it's going to give me a -4 thirds, or -1 1/3. Okay, so if you look at the picture on the slide, you will see that yes, indeed, there is a slope. I'm sorry, an x-intercept at +2. So there's a dot at the +2 on the x-axis, and then there's also a dot at -1 1/3, because that's what this equals, -1 1/3, or 1 1/3. If I write it as a mixed fraction. Sorry about that. So we could, if you look at the picture again, you'll see that there is a dot right past the -1 for the x-intercept. So both of these answers are represented in the graph.